Hey guys, this is just a quick video just to talk about, SNK real quick because I really have to admire the moves that SNK has been making. So let's get into it. So as you may know, King of Fighters 15 has been announced, right? It's coming out next year, and right now they're in the premise of dropping one character trailer a week because I believe this roster is going to be big. Due to the fact that the game is not set to release until next year, we're literally getting one fighter a week. That's like nearly like about a 60 character roster if they keep it up. Like if they continuously drop one trailer a week, it's going to be 60 plus characters, which is great because that's what they're known for, is having these large rosters of characters. This 3v3 gameplay with like teams and everything, and even their characters are set into specific teams in the game that you can mix and match if you want, but they usually come as a team. So I think that's pretty great. And also I want to talk about how they've been doing on their other ventures as well. Every time they release a game, you get a guest character in another game. For instance, when King of Fighters 14 was coming out, we've got Geese Howard and Tekken, Samurai Spirits or Samurai Showdown remake, however you want to call it. When that came out, then we got Haomaru in Soul Calibur 6. And then they also added the Warden from For Honor into Samurai Showdown, which I thought that was pretty great because they're actually working with other developers right now, and really finding a way to rebrand themselves back into the fighting game genre that, they're known for, and like, because King of Fighters started out in the 90s, you got King of Fighters, you had Samurai Showdown series, you even had Capcom versus SNK, which we really hope comes back. Everybody wants that. Like, we want a Capcom versus SNK game again, especially with these new graphics that they have. It looks a lot like Street Fighter. They look very similar with their graphics right now, and I think that's pretty dope. And I think that leaves a window of opportunity for them to collaborate again, and also just make this a great experience for the gamers and the fans that love these franchises. And so when they put their characters into other games, and then they also bring characters from other games into their games, I think that is amazing because a lot of people are starting to do that nowadays. We first seen it with like Mortal Kombat 9. They did like they did the Freddy Krueger, they did stuff like that with these guest characters, and it really made a staple in the fighting games where now everybody's trying to do it, and I think that's great because I think with Capcom dropping the ball on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it would be nice to see them take a different direction for their next project. I would love to see a King of Fighters and Street Fighter setting, you know what I'm saying? Like just something like that rather than the typical Marvel vs. Capcom game. And I believe that this is something that the fans have wanted for about 20 plus years now. We've been waiting for that next thing because I believe it was the last one we saw was Capcom versus SNK 2 Mark of the Millennium, I believe. And then you got the games where people create themselves on Mugen. We created our own dream matchups and everything like that. So I think that due to the fact that we're doing a lot of stuff like that shows that we really are eager to see this collab again, and I think that should be the next move once 15 gets fully released and everything, and people really get to enjoy that game. For those of you who don't know, King of Fighters 13 is actually a great game that's actually still rocking this day, and I personally wish that it would get remade into current gen consoles due to the fact that right now it's only accessible for players like me who only play on PlayStation through PlayStation Now, and it's not really good. Like, we can't go online with that. We could just play offline and really just train. But I think Xbox players actually get to play it. Like if you go with the backwards compatibility route, you get to actually play that game. And I believe the online is there, and they're also been re-releasing a lot of their King of Fighters titles anyway. We got King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match. We got that recently this year. Plus with more on the way, like we got the Orochi series coming in May. And I think that's pretty dope as well. Because now it gives people who miss those games the opportunity to play it and to see how great this franchise really is. You know, you get to follow the story in depth, and then you also get to try out these characters that you've probably never seen before, because King of Fighters does have a lot of unique characters. Like, if you played King of Fighters 14, then you know that they do a lot with their characters. And I think that's pretty dope, because it's not just the typical fighting game archetypes of characters, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of just different unique personalities on the roster, and with 60 plus characters, you know, you can't go wrong. Nobody's doing the same thing all the time. You know, this ain't like Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3 where people pretty much have the same move but just different names. So, you know, it's actually pretty dope. And so I just wanted to make this video just to shed some light on that, because people got to understand that when it comes to a fighting game franchise, you know, that word right there is vital. Franchise, right? That means that it's something that's ongoing. It's not stopping. And, you know, you've probably seen that with Street Fighter, with Tekken, with Mortal Kombat. You know, Mortal Kombat is up to their 11th game as far as like versus. You know, they got more, which is story mode games and stuff like that. But when it comes to their actual fighting games, their actual versus games, they have 11 games. You know, Street Fighter has more than that, because every game they come out with, there's always an extra edition of it. You know, there's a arcade edition, champion edition, you know, ultimate edition. And so it's a lot, you know, and we really enjoy that though. So I would love to see King of Fighters return to the platforms that they were at before. Like, you know, not just necessarily console platforms. No, I'm talking about a status. You know, I want to see King of Fighters be great again. And so that's why I made this post, because I really love the franchise. And I just feel like, you know, I just had to share that with y'all, because I really love this franchise. And I may not be the best at it. You know, don't get me wrong. Like, King of Fighters to me is the most difficult fighting game to learn ever. All right. That's like not even a lie. That's serious. You know, it's like, just like when you really want to learn a fighting game, especially a 2D fighting game, King of Fighters will test you. It will test your mettle. It's sort of like their controls is like Street Fighter meets Arc System Works. You know, it's on that type of level of control, but just much faster pace. You know, everything requires EX. You know, once you hit these combos, you're going to feel amazing for doing it. You know, and it's just something that I like, because it's that difficulty that challenges a gamer. You know, if you're a fighting game, like if you're a fighting game fanatic, this is the franchise that you really want to rock with. You know, and I really wanted to get into the story of this King of Fighters games, but I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. You know, that's the thing about me with this channel. You know, I really tend to not spoil stuff. You know, even with my series on Heroes in the Shadows, I don't really spoil y'all. I just give y'all a quick introduction so y'all could go and look at it for yourselves. But damn, like, when you play these games, I'm telling you, it just gives you this feeling like, yes, I'm the best. If you're able to get off Clark's ultimate move in 2002 Unlimited match, you're like, God damn, this is great. And that's what I'm just trying to share with you guys, man. It's that experience. You want that experience. You know, you want that bloodlust when you're fighting in these games. It's just amazing. And so I really just really wanted to make this video to appreciate SNK for everything that they've done so far, and plus for the stuff that they're doing. You know, if you haven't seen, Terry Bogard got announced this week for King of Fighters 15, which completes Team Fatal Fury, and I think that's pretty dope as well. You know, hopefully we'll get to see more characters come that, like, more fan favorites, I would say, because, you know, if they're going with the continuity of the series, then certain characters might not be in this game as much as we want them to. You know, we might even get the dream characters like Geese, Rock, you know, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. But until then, like I said, you should check out all the titles that they have, especially their remasters. You know, when they come to current gen consoles, everybody should get their hands on them and just play them once. You're going to see that whatever skill you think you're at, that game is going to let you know if you're really there or not, you know? So, and like I said before, I'm definitely not there yet, you know, but I plan to be. You know, I definitely keep pushing myself every day. You know, it's like breakfast for me. Like, these fighting games are really just like everything to me. You know, I love all fighting games, and that's why I really like push when something I feel as though goes under the radar, and I really want people to know about these games because it's just phenomenal, you know, and I love it. Thank you guys for watching, and also check out the series Heroes in the Shadows. It's on the channel too. It's a series about me basically introducing people who probably never heard of these comic book characters. You know, I really just go in depth briefly about them and everything like that, just to shed some light on them, you know, due to the fact that we never see them in TV or movies. So, you know, a lot of characters go under the radar as well, too. So, you know, check out that series. It might be dope. You might find something that you like and just be like, oh my God, you know, I never knew about this. Let me check this out. So, you know, give it a look. And thank you guys for watching.